I am the one hiding under your stairs with snakes for fingers and spiders in my hair. And there's nothing wrong with the occasional Tim Burton reference here or there now, is there? Obviously we're approaching October and people like that sort of thing. Well, at least I think they do. If you don't, then shush. Quite frankly, shush. This is my channel. I'm having fun. This is the way I do things. Yeah. Okay. Right, we have another wonderful story for you today. Make of it what you will, just like with everything that you see out there on the internet, and including on my channel and including on every channel out there, because essentially exploration, investigation, experimentation plus critical thinking is essentially the way in which we really should be doing things if we're grown-up people living in the 21st century. Okay? Okay? Right. So right, let's just read out the story. You make of it what you see fit. I'll make a comment afterwards, as is traditional, and we'll just take it from that point, okay? It says here, "Hello, Mr. Dutch." Hello. "I think I have a paranormal story for you. It may not be the most compelling case for the existence of paranormal phenomena, but I figured I'd send it anyway. This is a personal experience of mine from 2011 when I was living in St. Augustine, Florida. It was late and I was lying in bed. Most nights I would fall asleep as if on autopilot, but this night I remember feeling very conscious or present in the moment. I was lying on my back and just staring at the ceiling. My mind wasn't racing and neither were my thoughts, and I was very tired. I should note that I was not sober, as my nightly routine regularly included the use of cannabis. I remember looking at the orange glow from the streetlights shining through my windows and onto my ceiling. It was then that I noticed a shadow where the ceiling meets the wall directly opposite from the windows. I remember thinking for a brief second that it was odd, considering the streetlights should have prevented such a shadow, but I really didn't think too hard about it. I laid there for some time and then looked back towards the shadow. This time, however, it was gone, for no reason at all, and without a second thought, I calmly said, "Hello." What happened next petrified me. A voice resonated as if it was coming from my own head. It said, "Hi," in a deep, raspy or airy voice. I was frozen. My heart was racing. Couldn't think, talk or move. I was frozen. This never happened to me before or again, and I'm no novice to cannabis. Who knows? Well, who knows indeed. Certainly not me, certainly not you, certainly not anybody in the world. But let's try and break this down, okay? From a skeptical point of view, when we fill our bodies full of drugs or alcohol or indeed too much junk food and not enough vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, you know, our system can get rather clogged up and we can end up like having a lowered ability to function, a lowered ability to think. Maybe the back of our brain gets more active and the front gets less active, kind of like a form of psychosis. And I think that thanks to people's appalling diet, lots of people are in that kind of state these days. So maybe the drugs did actually have an effect in changing your perception of reality to a certain degree. But then again, there's the issue of, is hallucination actually a form of perception, you know, being communicated to your consciousness through other means, if you know what I mean. The fact that you heard the seeming response, like inside your head, does actually connect with some experiences I've had when I was not taking drugs and not drinking. This was even before I started drinking alcohol, you know. And it was that kind of like sense of a resonance somewhere inside the head, you know, like a meaning being carried, but without the air resonating as it does when, like, I'm speaking and the microphone diaphragm is resonating to create the current, which is then being picked up by the MP3-4 technology inside the camera, or however it works. I'm not a technical man. Okay? The air is not vibrating with sound, but yet a message is being carried, and then it appears in your mind. And it's like you hear it, but your, you know, the diaphragm in your ears is not vibrating to the sound of, like, sound, if that makes sense. So from a non-skeptical point of view, it could be that the drugs and the tiredness made you receptive because your conscious, you know, mental psychological filters have been, like, shut off, and so you were therefore sensitive to spiritual activity, which is another possibility. Sure, you're right, this is not objective proof of paranormal activity, but it's a pretty fucking cool story, so we'll just, like, go with that anyway. So take it easy, play it cool, and look forward to the freaky season of October the 31st. Yeah. Bye for now.